Hey everyone, Mr. Beal here. I wanted to talk to you about the Soundtrap songwriting tutorial, Soundtrap songwriting assignment for week 4. So by now, you've already watched the introduction video, which is right here, watch now, video introduction to week 4. And now this is the specific video to get you through the Soundtrap songwriting project this week. Now, I will have the video I'm making right now posted here, so you can watch this again. Obviously, you're watching it now. But really, it's really the instructions you have to keep returning to here. So the read first instructions are going to be all the steps you need to really take care of this project. So once that is open, notice it says scroll down to page 2 and 3 for full instructions. You're on page 3. So if you are doing the Soundtrap songwriting assignment, you're down here, look for the purple words. This project is called the Stuck at Home Blues. It's a 20-point assignment. The due dates are here. What you're going to be doing is writing one verse of blues lyrics and then record yourself singing or speaking over them. Oops, sorry, spelled that wrong. Over a 12-bar blues. Then you're actually going to get to play a keyboard solo. And don't worry, you don't need any piano experience to do this. You're literally just going to be playing a couple keys on your keyboard. I go into some details here about how to do the lyrics for the blues. Basically, it's an AAB lyric structure. Literally, that means you write a phrase, you literally repeat the exact same phrase, and then you write a new phrase. Now, typically, it's good to make those rhyme. So take a look at the example. 2 months at home, and I'm going crazy for sure. 2 months at home, and I'm going crazy for sure. Nothing is open except for the grocery store. So making that word, the last word of the A, which is sure, rhyme with the last word of B would be ideal. You know, I'm not going to take points off if you don't, but it certainly makes it sound more like the blues. Now, I did leave a space here for you to type in your lyrics, so feel free to do that there. And then I'd recommend you write it down on a separate piece of paper so you don't have to keep like flipping between tabs. Now, when you are ready to go in and record your lyrics, please note that I will have a link for each class setup. Now, this is for 7th grade, so 8th and 9th graders, it'll look a little different for you. So make sure you click on the correct one. I really hope that someone doesn't click on the wrong one and end up in the wrong class. So make sure you look at the period and the day and click on that. You're going to want to use headphones or earbuds for this project. And what I'd like to do now is actually take you to one of these assignment pages and kind of walk you through it. But let me just show you what's going on here. Basically, you're going to have to be looking at the top of your Soundtrap screen at the numbers. There's a thing we call the ruler. It's just like a measuring stick at the top, only it's measures. So there's numbers 1 through I forget the last number, but you have to look at those numbers to kind of make some sense of it. Okay. Now it says to rewind the playhead to the beginning. That's like the purple arrow at the top. You'll see, and you'll see that I've already made a place for you to record. It's called the record voice here. And I'll show you how to do the sound setup in a second here. And I will show you how to record your blues lyrics. And, you know, it goes into specifics here about where you're supposed to record each lyric, like your A lyrics have to occur between 3 and 7. When the A lyrics repeat, they have to occur between 7 and 11. And then the B lyrics are between 11 and 15. And then I'm also going to demonstrate how to do your keyboard improvisation. And you'll see there's a track that says piano solo here. I'll explain how to do that as well. So let's go to the project screen and see how it looks. I'm going to click on period 1A here to check it out. So when you open that link, it's going to open up in your Soundtrap page. It might ask you to log in if you're not already logged in, and you'll see here that there is a blues music only at the top. Let's just hit play and see what it sounds like here. Now notice at the top the numbers. That's the playhead. Here's 7 to 11. This is where your second lyric would be, somewhere in there. And then your final lyric, your B lyric, would take place here, between 11 and 15. Now, if I go back to the instructions for a moment here, it says to listen to the blues recording up to 15. Just kind of get a feel for it. Now, it says here, click on, to do a sound setup, this is important, click on record voice here. So that we're going to click on this right here, and you'll notice this highlights in purple. And then it says to click on the purple microphone in the circle to the left, and then look for the word input and the little gear with the sound icon. Let's do that now. Clicking on the purple microphone on the left here. and then we're going to look for the word input. And then over here, we're looking for this gear with the sound icon right there. Now, for volume check, I won't be able to do this with headphones right now. Actually, you know what? I think I can. Let me see what happens. It should let me do it. So I'm going to plug in my headphones here. And you'll see I've got these here. Now, if you're using headphones that look like this, that have a microphone built into it, this little white thing, that's going to become your microphone, just so you know. But other headphones should all work fine. And you'll see here that, you know, it says input. Now it says external microphone because it's considering the microphone on your headphones the external microphone. Just so you know, that might change depending on what you do. But I'm going to leave that alone for now. And I'm going to click on this button right here. This is how you do the sound setup. Now, when you hit that word, start test, you're going to have to get really loud, like shout or sing something really loud. I'm going to do that now. Ah, whoa, ah. See if it worked. Okay, so you might run into a problem. Let's try this again. Let's switch it to the internal microphone. Let's see what happens now. Okay, here's a little hint for you. Right over here, it'll tell you if it's hearing you. So see how this is going up and down? That's a good sign if you hear that, okay? And you know what? I'm not going to delete this out of the video because I think this is a realistic problem that people might run into. So let's do the sound check again. La, 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 la. And if it works, you'll get this green check mark and you'll be ready to go. Then, as the instructions say next, it says here to click the X on the left side of the screen and then press record. So here we go. X. And make sure the playhead is back to the beginning. And then in the instructions, you'll see it tells you to record your first lyric between 3 and 7, your second lyric between 7 and 11, and your third lyric between 11 and 15. I'm just going to use the example that was provided, which was 2 months at home, and I'm going crazy for sure. Here we go. I'm going to hit record. It's going to count you off. And between 3 and 7, you say, 2 months at home, and I'm going crazy for sure. And you got to wait until it gets past the 7 to do the next one. 2 months at home, and I'm going crazy for sure. Now wait for the 11, and then say your final line. Nothing's open except the grocery store. Now, because I'm doing this with a speaker, it's going to pick up, you know, all the sounds of my speaker, and it's going to hear all that. When you work it out, so you're using headphones, it's just going to hear your voice. So there you go. It'll look something like this. If you didn't see anything going up and down here, then there's something wrong with your setup, and you'll have to contact me. Now, the keyboard solo is going to occur starting at 15. Now let's talk about how that works, okay? It says here, notice I've already created a track for you called Piano Solo here. There it is. You're going to click on that track. It says to mute the track with your lyrics, and it tells you how to do that, but I'll show you now. You just go mute because you don't want to hear your voice right now, okay? And then you're going to click on the purple keyboard, which is right here. And then you'll notice a keyboard pops up on the screen, and that each of the piano keys has a letter printed on it. So check this out. These are the 5 keys you're going to use, S, D, G, H, J. Now, typically, my advice is that you were to use your left hand for the S and the D, and your right hand for the G, H, and J, just to kind of like give you some balance. Now, what you can do is make sure that the playhead is at 15, and then when you're ready, and you've kind of like, you know, what I would do first is practice. If you hit the play button right here. Et cetera, et cetera. You can practice as much as you want. But when you think you're ready to record, go back to 15. Make sure it's on 15, and then hit the record button. It's going to give you a count off. Wait till it's done counting, and then go. Now, of course, I'm using one hand. and keep playing through until it gets to, what's that final number? 26 or so. And then when you're done, as always, don't forget you always have to click the purple save button, and that submission will come right to me. So there you go. There's our full demonstration of how, and you'll notice here, now that I've recorded, it recorded all the notes I played right there. And interestingly enough, it actually did record the sound of my voice there a little bit because I forgot to deselect this R. If you ever see that R in red highlighted, it's going to record in that row. So just make sure whatever one you're recording on only has the one R highlighted. So there you go. That's how you do your Stuck at Home Blues project. You're going to record your voice first. You're going to do your piano second. Pay attention to the numbers at the top, and that should help you stay on task. So after you hit that purple save button, it comes right to me. Do not try to share it with me. I repeat, do not share it with me. You have to just hit the save button. I've already set it up so that when you do that, it submits the assignment when you click save. Okay, folks, email me with any questions you have, and I'm looking forward to hearing your Stuck at Home Blues projects.